Hi, it's the Sons of Libertas again, and we are at the European Students for Liberty Conference 2015 in Berlin, and we're here with Zoltán Kész, and he's a teacher by profession, I think. Now you're a politician.
That's right.
And political activist. You were the first absolvent, the first graduate of the Atlas Leadership Academy, and well, just recently he ended the two-thirds majority of the Fidesz party of Viktor Orbán. Could you tell us what that means in political terms? What's the meaning of that election in the Hungarian political system?
Yeah, well, first of all, it was a by-election, which means that it was only for one seat, because the general election was held last year. The Fidesz party had a two-thirds majority. Actually, they have had the two-thirds majority since 2010 at a previous election, and well, this meant that basically they could do whatever they wanted in Parliament, passing laws, changing the constitution, bringing about a new constitution actually, and in my opinion, passing a lot of laws that are not up to the European standards, lots of crony laws and regulations, and benefiting their friends and so on and so forth, and corruption as it is at its highest probably in the country, and people are very fed up with this, fed up with politicians, fed up with parties. So for me, as an independent candidate, I would say it was easy to win, or easier to win than it would have been for a candidate under like whatever party colors.
What are, in your opinion, the main problems with Fidesz policies? Like, what's the thing that motivated you to get up as an independent candidate?
Well, for me personally, and also as the leader of an NGO that deals with free markets, I was very, very angry and pissed with what Fidesz was doing for 5 years, or was not doing for 5 years. You know, for example, nationalizing private pension funds, but as I also mentioned, cronyism that is benefiting their friends, monopolizing tobacco industry, and so on and so forth. Lots of things that are anti-free market, anti-free trade. Also, Orbán's stance with Putin, as he's become very friendly with Russia, and also last year he announced that Hungary is not building a liberal democracy anymore or any longer, but an illiberal democracy. So these are the things that made me jump into the middle and do something, and I was lucky.
Yeah, I think in international media what gets the most attention is like free speech and free press in Hungary. Well,
there are cases, or there have been cases related to that, but I wouldn't say that these are the most serious problems.
Okay.
So I would say that at the moment, cronyism and corruption are the two main problematic issues.
As an independent candidate, you were backed both by left and right. As a libertarian, how did this come about?
Well, actually, during the campaign, we did not stress anything about being a libertarian or liberal or conservative or anything. What was a great thing about this election was the fact that I was supported by 6 parties, and you were using the terms left and right. In Hungary, using the terms left and right is not really relevant in certain cases. So actually, I ended doing that. I'm saying there are parties that pro-West, parties that pro-East. Fidesz and the neo-Nazi Jobbik party are pro-East. That means that I'm against them because I'm pro-West. I'm for European and liberal values or liberal democracies.
Okay, so you connect like pro-liberty values with that.
Exactly, so, exactly. Pro-Western values for me means that they're pro-liberty values. That's right.
Yeah, and the political system in Hungary, how does it look like? Like, you're an independent candidate, but what else is there?
Well,
like
I'm not a candidate anymore, but I'm an MP. But
sorry.
Yes, no problem. The political scene at the moment is that Fidesz still has a huge majority, but not 2/3 anymore, which means that a lot of laws cannot be passed. However, still they have a chance to buy some votes from the radical neo-Nazi party. But I have to emphasize the fact that my victory had a symbolic meaning, saying that I won in a very traditionally Fidesz constituency, which showed the rest of the country that it can be done, that Fidesz can be defeated. I mean, if you looked at the trends in the past 5 years, it seemed that they are invincible. And even when I announced my candidacy, a lot of people just said, "Oh, it's no use. I mean, he has no chance."
But you just started it off from the ground, like
yeah, from nothing basically.
Yeah. Where did you get the ideas to, like, how did you promote your candidacy, and did you get some ideas at the Atlas Leadership Academy, or?
I had a very good campaign team.
Yeah.
I had a very good campaign manager and the background team, and luckily I relied on them in I would say almost everything, and they told me in a lot of cases where to go, what to do, and so on. And everything, the whole campaign was put together very professionally. We emphasized two different things. In the city, we emphasized, for example, using more social media than in the countryside. In the countryside, more door-to-door campaigning, and well, we worked 24/7, and it was worth it. It came about.
So, could you give us an outlook to the future of Hungary as you would expect it?
Well, as I see it at the moment, there is a vacuum in the Hungarian political scene, which means that a lot of people have become disappointed in the Fidesz rule, which means that they are trying to find a new identity. A lot of them unfortunately shift to the neo-Nazi party, because of the fact that there is no such thing as a conservative liberal party, as a real pro-Western, pro-free market group. We lack that, so there might be a chance to do something in that vacuum in the next 3 years.
Okay. So what are your next plans? How is it going to continue?
Well, we're looking at short-term and long-term things as well. Right now, at the moment, I personally have to focus on some short-term things, getting used to the fact that I'm a politician. 4 or 5 months ago, I didn't even think of that. I mean, I was an NGO leader, and it just accidentally came about. And I really need to improve myself as a politician, and then we can think of the next step and next strategies, maybe next alliances. So I don't want to rush forward with that while I still have a lot of things to learn.
Still have to adapt to the new
environment.
Sure.
You have to adapt to that. Yes, that's right.
So, some hypothetical question. If you were president of Hungary, what would be your first reform, your first move?
Well, first of all, you need to be a prime minister of the country, not the president. But no problem. I mean, you're not familiar with the system. But see, what we lack is we still have a lot of people who rely on the state or want to rely on the state. If something bad happens, people believe that, oh, the state will solve the problems, oh, the government solve the problems. So even with the free market foundations, we did a lot of educational projects to let people know that it's not necessarily the case. And also what we need to do, as what I would do as a prime minister first, obviously to encourage the private sector and not necessarily as it's being done. I mean, it is done at the moment, creating a huge state. Right now we have really a huge state. I mean, it's incredible how many people work in the public sector.
Okay. Yeah, then we wish you good luck with that.
All right.
And hopefully we will meet again when you're Hungarian Prime Minister.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, see you.
Take care.
Super.
Giga Tea, crowdfunding for you and me.